Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly couples podcast where we talk about ourselves, our lives, and our dogs. Oh, I'm sorry.
Brutal.
I'm sorry.
Brutal, Juice. Brutal.
This is episode 259. My name is Matt. With me is Neil. What's up, Neil?
Not much. Just same old, same old. What's up with you, Matt?
Not much has changed in 5 years?
No, it's all good. Same old, same old. I mean, I'm just slaying it, just killing it.
Really quickly, you can find us on Twitter if you'd like, at ReasonsAre and at AngelsFreak7. Please don't forget to go out to don'tgotopless.com. Get yourself some gear.
Don't go topless.store.
What'd I say?
.com.
.store.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, Casey.
That's all right. Casey, I can't let you go.
So last week, you shared with our listeners how you were making some changes to the format of your other podcast, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Fuck, son, we made some changes.
I was going to say, you didn't really let that marinate long before all of a sudden the wheels fell off.
I was like,
what happened?
Nope. So, well, as you know, and as we talked about on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, we were going through some kind of change with the podcast, and we thought we'd change the format. And then as the week went on, after we said we were going to change the format, I'm like, I don't want to listen to that show. That's not what we do. I think it would be a good show, but it's just not us. Right. And I'm not going to do the research, nor is Annalise. We're like, this week we're going to talk about painting, where we actually have good cognizant thoughts that would help people about painting. We're just going to talk about our experiences with painting. So we're taking the show that we normally do, and instead of just kind of being us and being all over and having a conversation, we're only going to converse about one topic. Mm-hmm. Didn't sound like it was going to work. And I wasn't happy about it.
I mean, for me, I was thinking, you could make it work because of the fact that you guys tangent off of everything anyway. So you would bring your own stories to whatever topic you had. But as someone who knows what it's like to try to pull together, stuff for a show, I think you were trying to do a little bit more than what we typically do here, even, which that can be time consuming and frustrating and overwhelming.
Yeah, and then I thought of like, okay, so we have like, I would say like a core base of listeners that, and most people just listen to us because they like us and like our banter.
I would think so, since you're talking about yourselves all the time.
About ourselves, yeah. And I didn't see where this change would, for new people that were listening for the first time, would make any sense whatsoever. Because it would make even less sense than just, this is just a couple hanging out talking about their lives. This is, now it's a couple that this week they're going to talk about painting, and next week they're going to talk about cartoons, just telling stories about their lives that aren't even super current. I mean, obviously we're painting now, but it wouldn't be, it felt like it would be even more forced. And there was not any part of me that was looking forward to doing it. And I'm like, well, that's not a good sign.
That's a terrible sign.
Terrible sign.
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one reason to do the podcast is because it's something you enjoy and want to talk about. So if you lose that and you're just doing it because like, hey, like we get a good group of people who listen every week and all that stuff, that's not the reason to do it.
No.
You got to do it because it's something you really enjoy. And if it becomes a chore, and it does at times, I think you've experienced this a lot over the years. I have, for sure, where you go, there's just certain weeks you're just not feeling it. And then you do it, usually, like me, you do it, and then afterward you're like, yeah, that was great. Yeah. But building up to it, you're like, Right.
And we'll get into it more when we do the live show that you will be on to discuss, I guess, moderate our retirement live show that we'll do on the 26th on YouTube. Won't be a podcast, but it'll be on YouTube. We're not going to release it as a podcast.
So youtube.com/Halos and Heathens, April 26th.
5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
So yeah, definitely go check that out.
And so we'll get more in depth, but I know earlier in the week it is early in the week, but I guess it was Sunday or Monday yesterday, you texted me and said, hey, how are you feeling about actually just, because we did just say, no, we're done. That's it. We're retiring.
Well, and going back really quickly, it was funny because on Friday, I get this text from you, and as a standard form, nothing else.
That's
Gotta
it.
Wait till I respond. He wants to know he's got my attention.
I want to make sure you're there. Yeah.
I say yes, and I actually wrote it down. You said, Annalise and I are talking about tonight being our last show. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just
how did we get here so quickly?
Yeah.
And then I wasn't able to listen live, but going back and listening to a very emotional show, and it was very heartfelt. And then, you wonder when something like that happens, how are you going to feel after? Like, do you feel like you did the right thing? Are you going to feel, immediate remorse because you're getting you guys have got a really outpouring of support from people saying like, oh no, I've listened to you forever. Love you guys. I'm so sad this is going away. So when you start hearing things like that, it can really make you, think, oh no, what did I do?
Oh, for sure. And it's kind of funny because I was hoping on the video, because we get a lot. No, we don't get a lot, but we get some negative, reviews on the video where you can comment, which, always crack me up. And I was really hoping somebody would just say like, so glad you guys finally hung it up. That's awesome.
About fucking time.
Waiting for you guys to do that.
They finally upvoted your video.
That's right. It was the outpouring's been amazing.
Yeah.
But then you texted me on Monday and said, how are you feeling about it? And I responded, I think I've made a horrible mistake. And we'll get more into it on I'm pimping the live show. That's
sure.
But there's a lot of thoughts going on, but I think one of the things that's happening, and this makes sense to me so much more now that I'm going through it, when you see, like you'll see athletes or musicians and they'll retire, and some will stay too long. Right. Some will have a hell of a time, and you see them like around the game or around the music all the time. And then they have these reunion tours and all that. It makes sense because my podcasting career is like a professional athlete or, rock stars.
You see a lot of athletes that have a tough time giving it up, or they just keep coming back and keep coming back. I mean, nobody wants to remember Michael Jordan on the Wizards.
No. Well, some people do. Some people that do.
Some people do. But for the most part, you're like, oh, I think he just should have been done the first time around. And you can't fault people for continuing to go and do it because they love it. But at the same time, you just want to like hold on to their legacy that way. So you are like, hey, we got a legacy here. Let's not tarnish it.
But as soon as it was over, I had that feeling of like, oh, did we hang it up too soon? Mm-hmm. Are we really done? But and again, it was funny because there was such a sense of loss. But the funny thing was, we haven't even skipped a week yet. We haven't even been gone.
Yeah, you need to give it time to breathe.
Go. Like, yeah. So and
you guys didn't get blackballed like Jordan, right? Like you didn't get some sort of thing where you had to go play minor league baseball for a while. You guys just on your own volition decided.
Well, we were getting some pressure from Libsyn because of all the betting we were doing on the side, and since they're the one who hosts our podcast, they were like, "We're not going to keep doing this.
No, we're going to shut you down. You need to take a break."
Let's see how you do with the vlog. Mm-hmm. And if that works out, go do something else.
And something important to point out to people, the vlog is still going. You guys are still doing stuff on YouTube. So there's not a change there. But just the regular weekly podcast is
Well, I'm here to announce.
Oh.
No. But it is interesting because there's this sense of loss and like, do I really want to stop doing it? So you obviously need to give it some time to figure out exactly how we feel and maybe let it go a week without doing a podcast to see, and obviously for the actual podcasting part, still have reasons. There's several, and that's going strong. So I have that outlet, but it is very different doing this podcast versus doing one with Annalise, because that, even though this is also like a date night for us,
sure,
that is a very intimate, a more intimate part, of our relationship. And so that's the part that I have I'm really going to miss that hour of just sitting down and chatting with her and laughing and having fun. Not that we don't, but it is different to know, like, it's kind of fun to look forward to.
Sure. And in our situation, yours and mine, it's different too, because this is our primary source of conversation. Mm-hmm. So you obviously, you and Annalise are around each other all the time. You're still doing everything together. So it's not like it's removing a piece of your time together. It just means you're just going to be doing something else.
And as far as the podcasting part is concerned, this is very different for me because I just sit down and we talk and that's it. I promote this obviously when like you tag me and stuff and I tell people and we talk about it. But with Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, it's like I do all of that stuff. So I run the website and I do this and I do that. So it's actual work, where this, I'm just talking to Matt. It just happens to be that you're recording it and you put it out and edit it. So I sound ridiculous.
Well, and so I think this is probably the best time to announce that there's a brand new podcast starting with me and Annalise next month. Mm-hmm. It's called Dark Angels and White Guys.
I was going to say it's called Dark Angels and White Freaks.
That almost sounds like a bad porn search.
Oh, totally. Dark Angels and White Guys.
Dark Angels and White Guys. Or it could be When I Lived in Portland. That's how,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But you can't be on because you never lived there. So no offense, bro.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Probably be a better show.
Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. And as much as I will miss, hearing you guys every week, I know you guys are going to continue to create stuff and do stuff, and I'll obviously continue to talk to you guys. So I'm, excited for you guys to.
Thank you. I would have been sucked if you're like, now that you're not in the podcast world, buddy, you're out. Which is funny because I'm still in the podcast world. I mean, I'm here with you.
Of course, but I'm just saying in general, like that's another outlet where I, get to interact with you guys, especially if I'm on YouTube chat and all that kind of stuff. It's just another opportunity for us to talk.
We're still doing live stuff, but I do want to take the time to thank everybody because I know we do have a bit of crossover on our shows. Mm-hmm. I do want to take the time. Well, I don't want to take the time, but I'll take it anyway. Just to thank everybody who's reached out. And it's been fun because I don't tweet very much at the podcast I listen to anymore.
Not at all. Really.
No. I just, work has changed for me. I just don't have the time.
Sure.
And so it's been fun and nice to have people that, have been listening for a long time, but maybe tweeted more at us in the beginning to all of a sudden go, wait, what? What do you do? Why? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. So,
yeah, I think you just get different reactions from different people as far as some people tweet every week. Some people tweet only every once in a while. Some people don't tweet at all. So you never know exactly who's listening to your show, because not everybody is so interactive on Twitter about it.
Right. I mean, the only way we know approximately who and where listens is just from the stats, is going like, well, this many people listen this week. So that we know.
Yeah.
We don't know why, but they did.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. So, and want to thank you for all the support that you've given our podcast over the last 5 years, as well as just your friendship and hanging out during all of this time, because it helps us both. It is a very emotional. I mean, as much as we joke around about podcasting, it's been a huge part of our lives. I mean, we really liked the identity of having a podcast. We really enjoyed talking about that and doing it. So.
Yeah, it's a regular thing. I mean, it's a hobby, but it's something that you're doing all the time, and like you said, it's forged relationsps. So
and we were killing it. So
yeah, exactly. You're not going to need the koozie out, are you? You're going to have to cover.
I might. Well, it's funny. I got them both right here, dude.
If you have not listened to that episode, their last episode 265, right?
I think so.
Definitely go check it out. It's a really great send off and a really great kind of honest and kind of transparent look at people kind of wrestling with changing just something that's a big part of their lives. So it's really good.
It was really funny because after that episode, the next day I was having all these mixed emotions, and my first thought was, this is going to be good to talk about on the podcast. And I'm like, I want to share this with people. Yeah. And then I thought we could fire up YouTube and go live, and I'm like, oh, screw it. I'm going to go paint.
There you go. Just do the live shot of you painting. There you go. You don't even need to talk. Just time lapse.
That's it. Just tears.
Yeah.
Tears while I paint.
Flowing into the bucket of paint. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you heard it yet. You might not have, but this week on a very special Quadcast, Courtney had Jay from 7 Days a Geek on, and they did a full episode talking about podcast retirement.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I didn't hear all of it. I heard a lot of it. Okay. Annalise was listening to it while we were painting.
Gotcha. Painting just keeps coming up.
I'm sorry, we weren't painting. We were prepping for paint. I know the painting was what killed us.
Priming, taping, whatever. Gotcha.
Well, not even that, man. Just freaking caulking and filling holes and sanding. Yeah. Oh, and so, well, because you've been here. So far, all I've done in the last month
is just filled holes with caulk?
Just that stupid covered patio. Because remember how it had all those stupid gaps in the wood?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it all right.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. I think I've spent $200 just on crap to get that one area. Yeah.
See, no wonder you don't want to talk about it.
That's why I quit the podcast. I'm like, I got to get this done.
So it was really centered around you guys, of course. And I guess I didn't realize, but I think he says it on the show, but Jay did not know that it was that you guys were retiring until right before the show started. So he was.
Well, we didn't. So we went live.
I think they recorded on Saturday morning.
Right. We recorded 5:30 p.m. on a Friday. We announced it, I think, at 12:30 or 1 p.m. that day.
Yeah.
So we didn't give anybody any time. There were a lot of people, tons of people.
So many, thousands.
A lot of people that said, had we known ahead of time, we would have been there.
Sure.
And that's great. But we also kind of liked that it wasn't super crowded in the chat room because we could just talk. Yeah.
Right.
Because we would have felt obligated to respond to everybody since everybody would have been saying wonderful things about us.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Well,
so they were talking a lot about you guys, and then Courtney called Annalise during the show, which was kind of a cool little touch there, because then she was on there chatting, and I know you were in the car at the time. It was a great show. Go listen to it. Quadcast. I don't even know what episode it is, but it's they give you a little ribbing, but for the most part, they're paying tribute to your show and
they should give me a little ribbing.
How they know each other kind of through that show and everything like that.
Give me a little analing. I mean, come on.
Well, rimming, whatever. So anyway, on their last episode of 7 Days a Geek, they threw out the question of the week, and Jay specifically asked us to answer it on our show. Are you ready?
Yep.
If all the people you've slept with were in the same room, how long would it take for them to realize what they had in common, and what would the conversation be?
About as soon as the third person walked in the room. Yeah. I think from then on, everyone would be like, oh, yeah.
Because of knowing each other, they'd be like, wait a minute.
I mean, it would be Annalise's. They're all related. It would be Annalise's family reunion.
Well, then they could have confused it.
I don't think the conversation would be bad. I really don't. I mean, there might be a couple that would be like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know any of you. I don't remember anything. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Don't say it like that.
But I don't think it would be bad. I've never been a person who
left things in bad shape.
Yeah, especially
always delivered too. So
no, definitely not. But especially physically and stuff, it's never been about just getting the Twinkie stinky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. That's not my deal. Right. So I don't think it would be bad. It would be colorful, and I think there would probably be a lot of embarrassment because everyone would be like, "Dude is a freak. Yeah. How freaky did he get with you all?" And then afterwards it'd be like, oh, he's more freaky with himself. Oh, okay, no, we're all in. And then it probably would be like vodka tonics going around, hanging out, some high-fiving.
They'd be like, now, it was cute, right? It was adorable, that thing,
yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite quotes you had on this show. I don't even remember what. I mean, this was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of like, oh, no, man, I'm tiny.
No. You don't understand.
No holding back.
So, I don't, it would not, because I've just, fortunately for me, whether it was, obviously the way that I was raised, sex was never and still isn't like a conquest thing. It was never about how many people can you have sex with or what can you get somebody to do. It was always about that time with that person in that moment.
I thought you were going to say it was just all about just getting off.
It
wasn't about conquering.
Half the time, I just considered that I slept with a person because they were in the same room, but we never touched. I just jacked it and I was out. I was like a Hollywood producer. You don't even know. What's that comedian's name?
Which one?
The one that got caught for
Louis?
jacking it. Yeah. I was the Louis C.K.
Oh, God.
I was the Louis C.K. of Hispanic people.
Oh, no.
That's never been like my deal or and you've probably noticed this I'm not dude, we check out that chick. I'd totally whatever her. That's not my thing.
Well, I hope you're not like that.
I'd want her to whatever me. That would be the key. And so, so I would probably be boring. How about you?
Well, they would all wonder why they all had the same name. No, I'm just kidding.
Mom.
Wait a minute. You?
Yeah.
They're like signing in. It's a sign-in sheet. They're like, why is it?
Right.
Why is everything? Well, you spell it differently. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's I don't think anybody knows each other. So that's interesting because they would all be, you know what I mean? Like nobody would walk in the room and go like, oh, you.
Right.
I mean, aside from I guess maybe more recent ones would know past ones because they saw a picture of them or something.
Sure.
But the other way, no. And then, and as far as the conversation, I don't know. I had a couple that didn't end so great. So there might be some shit talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
particularly from one.
I had some that didn't end well, but I don't know how much. I mean, I don't know how much shit talking there would be. Kind of depends on who was and wasn't on their meds, to be honest with you. Yeah. Now, let me ask you that this might be way too personal. Like, would there be a certain look to the group?
Oh, is there a common? Do I have a type? Is there what you're asking?
No. That's I don't like putting it that way. I'm just thinking, is there?
Or just a look of disappointment.
Yeah, it's just sadness. The look is sadness.
Very solemn room.
Yeah, very solemn.
Did he die?
Like,
shoot.
And I don't mean like physical, but like maybe more professional, maybe more artists, musicians, like dirty Coachella going people. You know.
No.
And I don't want to be rude, but anyone who goes to like Burning Man and Coachella is dirty. I'm just saying.
Granola-ish.
Yeah, but dirty, like granola you dropped on the dirt and then your dog peed on it.
Oh, boy. That's not a good way to describe someone.
Oh.
Is
it not?
I don't think there was. I think there's a variety there.
Okay.
But like I said, there's one in particular who would be like just fucking raking my name through the coals, you know?
Yeah. Understandable.
If that's an expression.
Raking your name through the coals. Yeah, they're just trying to
dragging your name through the mud, maybe would be the appropriate term.
Raking my name through the coals. But it's raking over the coals.
Raking over the coals. I'm mixing my metaphors. God,
I like it. Now you're me. You have brain injury? So my mom being from another country, anchor baby, hello. She gets
That's how you ended up in sanctuary.
Totally. Yeah, she gets them all like confused. So it's like, don't count your chickens in the basket.
Yeah, right.
Or
hey, at least we got eggs
it's close.
and chickens.
That one's good. That one's
they're
good.
Pretty close.
But she'll have like a bird in the hand is better than a rainbow bucket. And you're like, what's a rainbow bucket? And she's like, the bucket the rainbow comes out of. And I'm like, you mean the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
And it comes out of that.
But then my mom's like,
in there.
My mom goes, there's gold in the bucket? And I'm like, Mom.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And by the way, the rainbow ends in the pot of gold. It doesn't start there.
It doesn't shoot out of the pot.
She looks at the box of Lucky Charms and gets so confused. That's where she got it all, probably.
She's
like, I thought there was cereal in that basket.
She's like, the rainbow starts at cereal. So
I was going to ask you something else. Speaking of 7 Days a Geek.
All right.
I was talking to Jay on DM about all the Star Wars Celebration stuff that happened over the weekend, Friday and yesterday. Did you see any of it?
No.
Did you see the trailer?
No.
Will you ever see the trailer?
No. Oh, yes. After I go back and watch the trailers after I watch the movies.
Oh, you do? So you wait. Okay.
So, because I like to see like what was in the trailer that wasn't in the movie.
Right. But you don't like to spoil it in any fashion by seeing the trailer and then having it affect you going into the movie. You want to be totally blind.
Not Star Wars. I don't want to know anything. I don't even want to know what it's about. Like, what is this one about? Is it like Fast and the Furious? Is this about like bankers? Is this a finance movie? I don't know. I don't want to know anything.
Really?
Like, I don't want to know, like, what are the characters? I don't know. Anyone could be in this movie. Captain Kirk and Spock could be in it. I don't know.
Now, that would blow people's minds and piss off a lot of people.
Oh, boy. Could you imagine?
Oh, they'd be mad as hell.
Captain Kirk comes in and saves the day.
Oh, that wouldn't go over well.
Wow. Spock is really Batman showing up as
now you're crossing into that, too?
Sure.
So you're going Star Wars, Star Trek, and Marvel. Or no, that's DC.
I'm going, DC.
Just going to mix them all together.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Very confusing. They had a lot of interesting stuff. They also had a panel on that Mandalorian show that's coming out in the fall that Jon Favreau's doing. But of course they're like, if you're streaming online.
Jon Favreau?
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau?
Jon Favreau.
Of Crooked Media?
Of Crooked? No.
Oh, not Pod Save America?
No.
Oh.
The original Jon Favreau.
Oh.
As in Swingers.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the fat guy. Way to go, Neil. Really nice. Sorry, John.
Does he not know he's fat?
Oh, the fat one?
Yeah. God. Not the good-looking political one.
It's like back in the day when they had two Dr. Dre's. Oh, the fat one?
There were two Dre's?
Yeah, the fat one on MTV Raps was the original. There were not two Ed Lovers, though. Only one Ed Lover.
No, because one of my best friends is named Ed, and we call him Ed Lover.
Wow, you got that shit. Wow.
White guy.
Stole that shit.
I'm surrounded by so many fucking tall white guys, it's insane.
Well, why is that, Neil?
I don't know.
Does it make you feel better about yourself to be surrounded by us?
I think I remind them of like their nannies or something, or like their nannies' kids.
Manny, you're a Manny, not a nanny.
I'm a Manny.
Yeah.
Are you like Manuel? Is that what you're saying?
You could take it either way. I was taking it as you're a male nanny. Manny.
Oh, that is the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
So there you go. I was going to ask you, the Disney Plus service they also talked about, that's coming out. That's that new streaming service, kind of a Netflix type thing.
Disney Puss.
Are you guys going to get that for free then?
I don't know. I asked Annalise, and I kind of felt like I asked her like for the top secret information of the company. Because I'm like, are we getting that for free? And she was like, oh.
Don't talk about it.
I don't know. I don't know yet. And I'm thinking, you can tell me. But then
I do not recall, Senator.
Yeah, right.
What do you drink? She just throws it back in your
What do you drink, bro? Which is hilarious because I'm texting her right now to ask her if she can bring me a drink.
I wondered because of obviously the ties to Disney there. I mean, she works technically for Disney, right? Like they fall under that umbrella. So
yeah,
I would think that they would get it for free. But because also like I have a buddy who works for Disney and they get ESPN Plus for free.
Yes,
you guys
get all that crap. Yeah, we get all that crap.
That's so sweet.
The issue that Disney is having is that they're purchasing so many things and employing so many people that they're actually cutting into their profits for not having people pay for this. So my understanding is for certain companies and certain things, if you've been hired after a certain date, you're not getting all this stuff anymore.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
But she's been there forever, so you should get that shit.
I would think if they're still doing all that stuff, they're going to do, and they're only charging $6.99 for it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm hoping what Disney does is if they're not giving it to their employees for free anymore, that they'll do something like, well, to pull it out of your check, and for, I don't know, $10 a month, you can have everything Disney has.
Yeah.
To at least give their employees a break.
Pre-tax.
I don't know.
Pre-tax.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Comes out of your deferred comp.
There you go. Should we go to the Yelp desk?
Oh, maybe.
Yelp desk.
So, Matador.
Mm-hmm.
When you visited, we went to a place to have beers called Napa Palisades Saloon.
A year and a half ago, that's been now.
Holy balls.
It was October of 2017.
You better make it back out.
I
better
do
make
need
it
to
back
make
out.
it back down.
So it's changed a bit since we've been there.
For the worse? Because it seems like you guys don't go there anymore.
No, we don't. It's become like a full bar now, as well as a tap room.
Okay.
And they, like when we were there, they started having whiskeys, and then they started having vodkas, and now they're just also a full bar.
And why does that negatively impact you? The clientele?
Yeah, because it is pretty much downtown Napa.
Oh, so you get all the visiting winos.
Well, you get a lot of people that have been drinking, winos.
Winers.
A lot of people that have been drinking wine the whole day that now, like, I'm tired of wine. They're hammered, and they're like, I want a whiskey sour,
right.
And you're like, oh, God. So, needless to say, it's not the most popular place anymore in town.
Bummer. It's no longer a place for regulars, for the locals. It's a place for the visitors.
During the week and maybe early on the weekends, yes. A lot of locals will still go, they want to get hammered at 1 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah. So we did.
But as far, right, it's true. But as far as like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoons, no.
Yeah, stay away.
So I was going to give you a 1-star review.
Okay.
From
How
Palisades.
recent?
This is not too recent, but it's funny. It's from March of 2018, so about a year old.
Okay, after I was there.
Yes, after you were there, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's short. This is from Victor.
Where's Victor from?
Oh, that's a good question.
Does it show?
It does not. Let me see if I can.
Always helps to know if they're local or if
Napa.
they're from,
Yeah,
they're
but
from Napa.
actually, he says in it. So I should.
Oh, no worries.
Just
okay.
yeah. So 2 major misses.
Okay.
1, fries do not come with the burger. That's just wrong. Everyone knows fries should come with all burgers.
Why are you serving us fries, man?
Why are you not serving fries, man? 2, I was watching a basketball game that was already on the TV when I came in. I was really into the game. There was a 1-point lead with 30 seconds left, and they changed the channel. Didn't even ask if anyone was watching it.
That is a dick move. How would you not have the awareness just to look up and go, oh?
So at Palisades, they do show local sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a lot of TVs. So I'm guessing it was like a random basketball game that was on until like maybe the Warriors started or something else happened, because they wouldn't just. So I just think he was. And what's funny is he's like, I didn't go in there to watch the Wizards play.
But they're on. now I'm invested.
But now he's like, I was watching a basketball game that was already on.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's a good game. What's funny is I bet if you would have just said, hey, can you leave that on till it's almost finished? They would have been like, oh yeah, sorry, man. We didn't know anybody was watching it.
Maybe not if it was that bartender we had. Remember, she was all up in your business.
That's true. I'm not a fan.
Not that way.
Yeah, no, not that way. No.
The opposite way.
She was not a fan of me. I'm a local and work in the hospitality industry. I will not be going back, and I will not send any of my further when they ask for recommendations.
Any of my further?
Mm-hmm. When they ask for recommendations, triple space on where to go.
Go to napkins.
Go to napkins.
Yeah. Or the Tannery
One person found this
Creek
useful.
Brewery.
Tannery Bend. Tannery Creek.
Something.
With Tannenberry.
Tannenberry.
Yes.
Brew pub.
So that's your short one. Everybody knows fries comes with burgers.
Yeah, I remember that now. I forgot that they do that they
Right.
separated it out. Okay. You're in downtown fucking Napa.
Yeah.
You really think like you're going to get some great deal? Or are you really that arse to have to add the fries to the order? Like, oh, they're trying to pull a fast one on me by charging me $9 for the burger or whatever, $10 for the burger, and then another $3 for the fries. Like,
You're also in a place where more people will say, could I have a salad instead of fries?
Right.
I mean, it just happens to be that way because, they drank 18,000 calories in wine.
Yeah.
I don't want to pile on the carbs, too.
Yeah.
Wine is low in carbs, by the way.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Well,
so there's
good.
your Yelp review. Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah, I was wondering if next time I come there, will we go back there? And it sounds like no.
Yeah. No, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're day drinking.
I think it's I think it's a fun downtown place. The place I want to take you next time is actually the Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Do you know what it's time for?
Jerkin.
Movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, what the fuck is this?
Neil. So I think in the past I accidentally ignored a lot of the Netflix options for this segment, but fuck that. Because it really limits you when you don't include the Netflix options. Maybe I have done some, but most of them have been like theater release movies. Mm-hmm. You know the ones that really matter.
Theatrical releases?
Right. Mm-hmm. That wasn't that funny that Steven Spielberg's like, Netflix movies shouldn't be up for the Academy Award. And then like 2 weeks later, he's pimping Apple TV. It's like, you fucking hypocrite.
I think that's why. Yeah. Well, it was to get the pub. But I don't know.
Anyway, sorry. Got 8 movies here. We'll make our way through them. Number 1, first up, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum.
Yes.
I mean, I assume you're going.
Probably will not see it in the theater.
Did you see 2?
Not yet, but we've been wanting to, and Annalise hasn't pulled it out of her wherever she hides these movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them.
Oh,
which is odd because you would think these are movies I would enjoy, and I just have not made time for them, so I need to see them.
This is so. I don't think I'm giving any spoilers on.
I don't give a fuck.
But there's something that happens to a pet in 1.
Yes, I know.
And I still watched it and even watched that part. That's how much I liked the movie. I also checked out because I really want to get a motorcycle again. I never will. I just want to.
Because they're death machines.
Keanu Reeves has a custom motorcycle company. So I wanted to check out the bikes he's making, and they're freaking amazing, and I wanted one. And then I realized I don't even think I could afford to walk into their shop.
Right.
Let alone buy.
This is the Lamborghini argument.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
if I have to ask if it can be financed,
right.
Then
they're going to say no. Well, maybe someday. Who knows? So this is directed by Chad Stahelski, stars Keanu Reeves, Halle Berry, Lawrence Fishburne, Mark Dacascos, I think is how you say that, Asia Kate Dillon, Lance Reddick, Angelica Houston, and Ian McShane.
Oh, Ian McShane. I'm a big fan.
Ian McShane.
Deadwood.
That's right. Although I've never seen that.
You didn't think I knew who that was? You thought I was joking?
No, I think I could.
No,
sometimes
fine,
I can tell
right
by the tone. And I thought you actually picked that one out, so you knew.
I'm also a big fan of Angelica Houston.
Yeah. Legendary hitman John Wick must fight his way out of New York when a $14 million contract...
In the movies, they call him J-Dub, just so you know.
J-Dub, sorry. J-Dub. Yeah. J-Dubs. Must fight his way out of New York when a $14 million contract on his life makes him the target of the world's top assassins. So everybody's trying to kill this guy in this movie. It's like the clock starts and they're all on him. And he's fucking riding motorcycles, probably his own custom motorcycles. He's on horseback at one point. he and Halle Berry kind of team up and are fucking mowing dudes down, and they got like a couple of dogs with them helping out. Like so I think he's got new dogs.
Oh yeah, I think in 2 he gets another. Oh, at the end of 1, did he get a dog? But then I think now he's got a whole slew of dogs,
And it's just a Chihuahua.
it's a Chiweenie. Yeah. It's a blind 3-legged Doberman, so you don't know exactly how to feel about it.
Right. Just stay in the car.
Yeah. Just bark.
He
just bark?
Kills 47 guys, comes back to the car, the dog pissed in the car. God damn it. So, John Wick, doggy daycare. So this also, by the way, John Leguizamo and Jason Mantzoukas appear in this movie.
Fan of both of those.
Oh, shit. So you're going to see this for sure, but at home.
Yeah.
In the privacy of your home.
Well, now that I'm not podcasting, we might go see it in the theater.
I got all this time on your hands. That 1 hour.
That's it. That's it.
All the difference
That's
in the
all
world.
I needed.
Next up is Long Shot. This is directed by Jonathan Levine, stars Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Andy Serkis, June Diane Raphael, Bob Odenkirk, and Alexander Skarsgård.
A lot of people don't know that the director is Adam Levine's brother.
No way. Not going to touch that one. Does he have all those fucking tats?
Yeah, he's got the California tat on his.
Does he wear
on his
that
abs.
fucking crazy tank?
His brother, not Adam, but the director, actually does have moves like Jagger, unlike Adam Levine showed us.
Oh, so it's like a
during the
jealousy song.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Or he's talking about his brother.
I think he probably should be talking about his brother.
John's got those moves like Jagger. They're like, what? Who is John? You know what? You should just say, I've got those moves.
And what's really funny is that John has like a super like deep low voice. So when they argue, it's like a bird chirping and a bear growling. It's great.
Well, he does have a slight. I mean, he obviously sings higher than his real voice, but it's not
Falsetto,
quite
sure.
the like Michael Stipe situation. Where,
Correct.
Michael Stipe, finishes singing a song and he's like, "Hello."
Right.
The plot of this movie: Fred Flarsky, Fred Flarsky. Ooh, it's a tongue twister. An unemployed journalist battered by his own misfortune and self-destructive ways courts his childhood love interest and former babysitter, who is now one of the most powerful and unattainable women on earth.
Wow.
Charlize Theron is the Secretary of State of the United States, and she is starting to run a campaign for the President of the United States. And she runs into him, and she's like, "I know you," and then she decides, "I want you to write for me. I want you to be a speechwriter for me." And hilarity.
Oh, so this is
hilarity
like
ensues.
Jon Favreau,
It's like Jon
the
Favreau.
good one, the skinny one.
Sure.
So is it wrong if I say the skinny one?
Yeah, because you're
wrong if I say
implying
the
the other
fat
one's
one.
fat.
Right.
Why don't you say the political one, or the speechwriter?
The
not
skinny
the
one.
not the screenwriter or the director.
Right. No, because people will know more if you say skinny or fat.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll leave
I don't
that
know if
to
you know
you.
this about me. I'm just tired of all the PC shit, Matt.
I'm sick of this PC crap. You
That's
can't
right.
say a goddamn thing anymore.
I'm making podcasting great again.
Oh, no. All right. Also, by the way, Lisa Kudrow in this, Paul Scheer, and Boys to Men in this movie.
And you said June Diane Raphael was in this movie.
She is. She's like
So-
her assistant.
So it's pretty much how did this get made? No, because Mantzoukas was in the other one.
Mantzoukas is in the other one.
Gotcha.
He's in
So this is
J-Dubs.
more like The League. No,
is
because
more-
Mantzoukas was in that too.
She wasn't in the league.
She did a guest appearance.
Did she?
I thought she did.
All right. I always think of her on Burning Love.
Burning Love.
Did you ever see that show?
No.
Oh, fuck. Go see
good?
Burning Love. It was like a web series. I think they did 2 seasons of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ripoff of The Bachelor. And the first one is, why do I always forget that guy's name? It was the guy who was in, it was a lot of the people that were in Party Down. Have you seen Party Down?
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's a lot of those people.
Okay. Adam
So-
Scott.
Yes, exactly. So
The
the
other
guy is a
guy.
firefighter
Okay.
in the first season. And instead of saying, will you accept my rose, it's will you accept my hose?
Nice.
And it's like a little thing.
That's awesome.
So anyway, then she becomes she's a contestant, then she becomes the main person on the next
Okay.
season.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this. You listen to, Matt, let me ask you this.
Sure, go for it.
You listen to How Did This Get Made?
I used to listen to Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, but they're no longer.
They fucking mailed it in. Do you like June Diane Raphael?
What, do you not?
That's not my question. My question wasn't, hey, Matt, do you want to ask me if I like June Diane Raphael?
I think
My
she's
question
very
is-
funny.
Okay.
You don't.
I think she is very funny. I just don't know if I met her,
If
At
you
a
would think she was
party.
funny.
if I'd like her.
Oh, you think her personality would not jive with yours?
I just don't know.
On that show, because obviously the show is really.
I think she's a little too clean for me.
Clean or clingy?
Clean, not clingy.
You think she's too clean?
I think she's too like she's.
You think she's like prissy or something? Not at all.
Yeah, a little bit like.
Look at the fucking resume of work she's done.
Hey, man, I don't fall in love with resumes. I fall in love with people.
Fine, whatever.
Not that I'm looking to fall in love with her, but I'm just saying.
So because it's the Manzuka Shear show on that podcast,
yeah,
she chimes in with some of the funniest little.
I agree 100% with that.
Like she just goes, I don't understand this, and it's the most like just plain question to just a ridiculous movie
for sure. On like Grace and Frankie, yeah, Grace and Frankie, yeah.
I don't know Grace
and Frankie, the Netflix show that she's on.
Oh, I never saw it.
She's freaking amazing. I think she's. I don't dislike her at all. I just don't know, like, if I met her at a party, she's someone I'd actually want to hang out with.
Well, I think that,
and this is how I live my life now.
I enjoy watching Tom Cruise in all his movies.
I do too.
But I think I would probably become real annoyed with him pretty quickly in person.
Oh, I'd love to hang out with that guy.
Well, sure. And then but don't you think that would wear out? Don't you think he's just kind of a screwball? No,
I don't.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Just saw one of his movies I hadn't seen yet, Oblivion.
Which one?
Seen that?
Oh, how'd you like it?
I'm a science fiction-y guy, so I enjoyed it. I'm not 100% thrilled with how it wrapped up, but I like the premise, and the fucking optics were awesome.
How about Keanu Reeves?
I like him a lot.
Would you think you'd get along? You meet him at a party? Would you?
Oh, fuck yeah. I think he's more easygoing.
Gary Sinise.
Where did he come from?
It's another person. I love everything he's in. Don't think I'd enjoy hanging out with him.
I think he'd be kind of grumpy.
I just wouldn't. Yeah, I just wouldn't be into it. I just wouldn't be into it.
This is a great segment for my new show with Annalise. So we gotta
Chris
use
Pratt.
This.
Chris Pratt.
Well, he's all God guy now.
What does that mean?
He's like big religious dude now.
That's not my question.
I'm just telling you, if he is that way and he's gonna push that on you, that could make hanging out with him not as fun.
Listen, I'm a big butt plug guy. Do you see me pushing butt plugs on anybody? No.
No, but a lot of people who are real into Jesus and the Lord will push that on you a lot. I'm not saying everybody. A lot of people don't.
I still think even with that, I'd get along with them. I think we'd have a good time.
Possibly, and the fucking fringe benefit is you get to hang out with Schwarzenegger.
Oh, gosh. See, now that's not somebody I think I'd get along with.
You wouldn't want to meet him once? Come on.
Does he want to meet me? I'd want to meet him if he wanted to meet me. Does he listen to the podcast?
I don't know if he listens. I was going to try to do a Schwarzenegger pronunciation of your title of your show. I did.
Who's the guy?
I knew it was going to work.
Who's the guy who plays Iron Man?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, see, I don't think I'd get along with him.
No?
No, I wouldn't want to hang out with him.
Like kind of arrogant prickish or what? You can only have one of those in a room. And
I guess that's what I was going to say. I think we'd be too much. I think we'd be too trying to be aloof and cool with each other.
Yeah. Too cool for each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Might happen.
Let's go through all the Avengers and let's just say who we would have. No. We are still on the second movie, buddy. We got to get this thing done.
Let's just go through everybody named Chris. How's that?
No.
All right.
Nope.
So who are we not? Oh, so Diane Raphael. Right.
That's how we got here.
Yeah.
That is quite a segue there, or quite a turn we made.
Now you know why I had to quit Dark Angels and Pretty Free. I just couldn't. My brain can't handle it anymore.
Imagine if there was a chat room staring at you right now. Okay. So Long Shot, you going to see that? Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron? Comedy?
I would see, yes, I think on Netflix or Hulu Plus or streaming or Disney or whatever it might be on.
Not on Stars, though. That shit's on Stars. I ain't watching.
No, if it's on Skinamax, maybe. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Because I'm a big June Diane Raphael fan, so I'd like to see that. I do. I actually really like her in what she does. And I really like her on that show, but it just sometimes she says something and I'm like, oh,
Would you want to hang out with Paul Scheer?
No, probably not.
No?
No.
Oh, I think he'd be pretty funny.
I think he'd be hilarious. And I like him a lot. I just don't think we'd get along. I don't think he'd like me, which would make me not like him.
This is a whole new podcast. Who could we hang out with in Hollywood?
That's kind of that's good premise. That's a pretty solid premise.
2 down. We got 6 to go. Okay.
Dude, that's an actual really good premise to a show.
If it just get old though.
But you just have 4 people a show and you talk about why, like you get into it.
Right. Get deep into it.
I'm getting into
maybe
this is my new show.
A new segment.
I got time now.
Okay. Third movie, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man burning on.
You can keep going.
All right.
No.
Levon likes his money.
Directed by Dexter Fletcher. Stars Taron Egerton, Jamie Bell.
Makes a lot, they say.
Richard Madden.
Spends his days
Bryce Dallas Howard.
counting
And Stephen
in the
Graham.
garage.
The film tells the story of Elton John's life.
Away.
This is a biopic.
He was born a papa to a pawn on a Christmas day when the New York Times said, God is dead and the war's begun. Go ahead.
Are you done? Mm-hmm. The film tells the story
Alvin
of...
Tostig had a son.
Shit, man! The film tells the story of Elton John's life, from his years as a prodigy at the Royal Academy of Music through his influential and enduring musical partnership with Bernie Taupin, as well as his struggles with depression, substance abuse, and acceptance of his sexual orientation. The music alone will bring people in, I think. I watched the trailer.
I'm in 100%.
And I don't know his whole
huge Elton John
backstory,
fan.
so I think it would be interesting. And Edgerton looks like he kind of pulls it off a little bit.
I'm a big Elton John fan, so I will be in.
All right, 3 for
Not
fucking
on
3.
Not on the theater. Elton John. Would you hang out? You think you guys get along?
Sure.
Yeah, see, no, I wouldn't. I don't want to.
I mean, I would
and
try it.
And I really like, well, sure, I'd be like, hey, I heard you wanted to meet me. That's great. But no, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd get along with him.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be fun. And I'm a huge Elton John fan. Same thing with Billy Joel. Fuck that guy. Love his music, though. Neil
Bon Jovi.
Diamond, I'm hanging out with
John Bon
all
Jovi?
day long. I don't think he'd like me either.
Well, see, that's the whole meet your heroes thing. I don't know if you want to ruin that. Like, what if
I'm
you had to
just
choose
fucking
between
with
him
you.
and
Dude,
Nikki
he'd
Sixx?
love me. What are you talking about?
What about him and
I'd be
Nikki
freaking-
Sixx? If you had to choose
I'd-
one.
John Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki Sixx too crazy?
He's a dick.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah. I love him to death, but he's a dick.
Yeah. John would be much nicer.
John would be cool.
John's
John
got
would
his
be
shit
like,
together.
John, like, you could play him a song and he'd be like, that's pretty good, man. You play a song for Nikki
Let's
Sixx.
record
He's like, what? Nikki said, you'd look and he's like, where the fuck did Nikki go? Oh, he's passed out on the floor. Great. He's sober. He's still passed
Hey, that's
out.
my sister, Nikki.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, my sister would ruin Nikki Sixx.
Okay. Next up, Booksmart. This is directed by Olivia Wilde. Stars Caitlin Deaver.
Didn't she go out with
She's with Jason Sudeikis.
the quarterback for the Packers?
That's the other one. That's Olivia Munn.
Oh.
We've done this before. We've played this game
we?
on this show.
I'm sorry. The game doesn't change for me, man.
Olivia Munn was with Rogers. Olivia Wilde is Sudeikis' bird. Jason Sudeikis.
Bird?
Bird. Girlfriend.
Is that bird?
Bird.
Really?
It's more of a British term.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's my bird? So
Yeah, that's my
Annalise is a bird?
Yeah, Annalise is your bird.
Tweet, man.
Do it, man. Use it from now on.
I like it.
Although that really shows ownership, and you shouldn't feel like you have ownership over her.
Oh. I haven't met a bird I have ownership over.
We had a teacher in high school.
Do you ever go outside and just start yelling at a bird like, I owe you, bird?
Yeah, shut up, you birds. I do that down here because I got these fucking trees behind me. I own you, bird. We had this teacher in high school, and he used to say he would never call her his wife. He would say it's the
Sure.
woman with whom I'm married to.
I use partner a lot. I don't use wife a ton.
But you're saying my partner. She's not yours. You do not possess her. That would be, you would be saying the partner of mine. Or no, you can't even say that. The partner to which I hang out with. He did not want to put any possessive nature on anything that he was referring to her as.
So if I say my co-host referring to you, that means I own you?
Well, I don't know if it's that so much or if he was more concerned with the male-female relationship and him feeling like I don't want to be some dominant male that owns my, I'm not going to call her my wife. She's the
if he
woman
thinks
I'm
about
married
it that much, then he thinks he owns her.
to. Could be.
Yeah,
He's got some shit going on in that closet.
Man,
So.
he's probably a priest.
Probably.
Spare time.
Could be. This stars Caitlin Deaver, I think is how you say her name, Beanie Feldstein, Noah Galvin, Billy Lord. That'd be your Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Oh.
Skylar Gisondo, Jessica Williams, formerly of The Daily Show, Jason Sudeikis, there he is, Lisa Kudrow again, 2 movies this month, and Will Forte.
Oh, I'm a Will Forte fan.
Love him.
Will Forte, what do you think? Hang out?
I think he's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
These are all things where I'm like, well, I'd try it.
I think Forte and I would get along. I think the only thing is Forte would probably stop at some point and just look at me and go, you're fucking weird, man.
And you're like, you're calling me weird? No,
And I'd be like, nah, it's true.
You want to go, Will?
No. Well, do you mean go? I'd be like, do you want a hug?
Quit looking at my bird. Anyway.
We'll put it back in your pants. Damn it, I got bird wrong again.
I don't know what it means. On the eve of their graduation.
Wrong bird.
Wrong bird. On the eve of their graduation, two overachieving high school seniors realized that they should have worked less and played more.
Nope.
Determined not to fall short of their peers, the girls try to cram 4 years of fun into one night.
No.
So people are referring to this as almost like a female version of Superbad.
No.
Nah? All right.
No. I'm not a fan of the high school movies anymore.
No? Feel like you're
No.
too old? Well, you can barely hang out in a bar with people who are still 21.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. So we did the coming of age story there for high school girls. How about fast forward 30 years later to Wine Country? This is a Netflix show.
All over it.
Directed by Amy Poehler, her directorial debut.
Uh-huh. How about her?
What?
Hanging out.
Oh,
Think
fuck
you
yeah.
guys would get along?
I think she'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she'd be real down to
I
earth.
think even if she didn't really like you, she'd still like you for the time spent with you. I think she's like one of those people that she's like, I don't know if I'd hang out with again, but I'm glad I had the experience with them tonight.
She would talk shit behind your back. She wouldn't say it to your face.
But it wouldn't even be like
I'm just
hardcore mean shit. It would be like, I wasn't a big fan, but we had a good time that night.
Yeah. That guy's brain was all over the place.
Yeah, fucking
not the
scrambled
only one.
eggs all over the floor.
Amy Poehler, Maya Rudolph, Rachel
Yep,
Dratch,
huge fan. How about Maya Rudolph?
Anna Gasteyer. Hold on. Okay. Maya Rudolph, yes.
I think so. I don't
We're not
think
going to
she'd
do
have
this
as
for
much-
every actor and
Okay,
actress. All right.
sorry. go on.
We'll never get through the show.
All right,
Rachel
fair
Dratch, Anna Gasteyer, Paula Pell, Emily Spivey, Tina Fey, and Jason Schwartzman.
Oh,
So
of
it's
course,
all
Jason
the SNL
Schwartzman.
gals. And Jason
And Schwartzman.
And Schwartzman.
And Schwartzman.
And Schwartzman's mom is?
Schwartz woman.
No.
Oh.
Do you know who his mom is?
No.
Talia Shire. Fucking Adrian.
Adrian.
His uncle is Francis Ford Coppola.
No. Well, you know
know
who
that?
my uncle is?
His cousin
Dead.
is Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
I know the Schwartzman line.
Apparently you do. How about Schwartz? Would you want to hang out with Schwartzman?
I don't know. I don't know if we'd get along.
I don't know. Who?
Maybe more Nick Cage. Come
I
on,
think
man.
Nick Cage and I would get along really
Nick Cage
well.
would put you in his movie. He'd be like, sure, dude, I got 9 of them coming out this year.
I think
Which
he'd
one?
be so much fun to hang out with.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
He can make fun
And I
of
think
himself.
he'd be like real. Like he'd be legit. Like you'd
Yeah.
actually have a good time.
I think so.
Like if he said he enjoyed the day with you, you'd know he actually enjoyed the day.
So sincere.
It would be a Thursday, but
Right.
he'd enjoy it.
Well, I don't even know if Thursday, earlier in the week. Wine Country follows a group of friends having a weekend celebration of a 50th birthday. So in the trailer, it's them just going around. So they're in Napa. They're actually, I think part of it's filming, is it Calistoga?
Yeah, they went up north a little bit. They're in the
Yes.
Calistoga, Yountville area.
That's right. So it's filmed up there, Yountville. I spent some time in Yountville.
You did?
I did for a wedding.
Oh, very
Fucking
nice.
I stayed in the caboose. Oh yeah, of that train hotel.
Did you
there.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fuck yeah. So any interest in seeing this?
No, oh, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna stay in Napa
Okay.
and go to The Intruder.
What?
Directed.
Oh, is that new vibrator that's coming out?
That should be the name of it. Dion Taylor directed this. Stars Michael Ealy, Dennis Quaid, Megan Good, and
Michael Ealy, is that the son of Robert?
Joseph Sikora. Robert Ealy, nicely
You
done.
like that?
Took me a second.
Nice.
Good work. A young married couple, Scott and Annie Howard, buy their dream home in Napa Valley, unaware that the previous owner, Charlie Peck, played by Dennis Quaid, has a deadly plan to get his property back.
Oh,
So
that's
Dennis Quaid's
kinda what's-
cuckoo bird in this thing. He sells them his house that he's never lived anywhere else. And then
he
he's
wants-
like,
he wants
keeps
back
showing
home.
up. They're like, he's out there mowing the lawn. What the fuck? We bought this
That's
guy's
what's
house.
happened here.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, when we bought our place, and then this old guy keeps showing up and freaking
Oh,
doing
no.
weird stuff. Yeah,
No.
we
That's
keep him
not
in the
good.
closet.
He dead now.
Illegal. He
So-
can't fight back.
I think this was filmed, though, in Canada. So,
Canada. Oh, is it a Hallmark movie?
no, it's not,
Oh.
surprisingly. They film a lot of movies up there in the British Columbia.
So you asked me earlier in the show some suggestions for things to watch, and I want
Sure.
to tell you, Meet the Pete's on the Hallmark Channel. Awesome.
Okay.
Rodney Pete, Holly Robinson
Oh,
Pete,
yeah,
their
sure.
family. Great show.
Is it?
Get after it.
Okay.
Being serious.
All right.
Very enjoyable.
Hallmark Channel, though, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
Not really
You
a
just gotta-
Hallmark guy.
Got to pray a little bit before and after.
It
But
seems that way. Okay. So The Intruder, you're not going to watch.
No, I don't even know. I didn't even really listen.
Yeah, I figured you didn't.
Yeah.
2 more.
Okay.
You ready? Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Is this a new Travis Pastrana movie?
This is directed by Joe Berlinger, starring Zac Efron.
Oh.
Lily Collins, who is Phil's daughter.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
As
Because I looked her up. I was like, who's Lily Collins?
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. All right. Is she round like him?
No, she's a much more attractive person than Phil.
Wow.
Kaya
Wow.
Scodelario, Jeffrey
Yeah.
Donovan, Angela Serafian, maybe is how you say that, Dylan Baker, Haley Joel Osment, Jim Parsons, and John Malkovich.
Malkovich.
Yes. In the 1970s, the
So
story...
is this a movie of has-beens and nobodies?
No, you'll see.
Okay.
In the 1970s, the story of Ted Bundy
Oh.
is shown from the perspective of his girlfriend, Elizabeth, I don't know how you say her name, Klepfer, who struggles to accept the reality of her boyfriend's murders and rapes. Yay! This would be a fun, heart-lifting movie.
You know, it wouldn't be so bad if she either accepted one of the two, but the fact that she was like no to both kind of made you feel bad.
It does. I'll say this. Efron looks pretty creepy. By the way, guess who is also in this movie, I think, has a small role?
June Diane Raphael.
No, James Hetfield.
Yeah. No.
I hope he's saying no, and not yeah.
Yeah.
Bundy. No.
Exit light. No.
At least it wasn't fucking Lars Ulrich, that twat. Anyway,
That's my Lars Ulrich.
can't stand that guy. Do you know the whole Ted Bundy story? It's awful.
Not really.
It's-
Yes and no, but I get my serial killers confused.
Well, he was a handsome devil.
Okay.
And it was all up mostly in Washington, a little bit in Oregon, but he basically preyed on college students and stuff like that. And he did nasty stuff. He wasn't quite as bad as the Green River Killer, which was also
that person
really bad.
was not right.
That guy killed like 50 people, but whatever.
That's fair enough. Killed 50 people. But whatever.
I mean, it's
I'm sure
fine.
those families right now are like, totally, dude. But whatever.
So no go on that because it's going to be too awful, right?
Oh, it just sounds stupid.
Yeah, it's another Netflix one. Okay, finally, and this one, I want you to go see the trailer because you're going to laugh. The Professor and the Madman, directed by P.B. Shemrin, and I looked at that 3 times to make sure it wasn't Sherman. It's Shemrin.
Okay.
Stars Mel Gibson, Sean Penn, Natalie Dormer, Eddie Marsan, maybe, Stephen Delane, and Steve Coogan. Big Steve Coogan fan.
Who's Steve Coogan?
Have you ever seen? He does a lot of his shit was British. He's a British dude, and so
Black
a lot
guy?
of his shows are over there. He was in Tropic Thunder. He was the director in Tropic Thunder.
Black guy?
No,
Huh.
white guy.
Okay. Sorry.
He's been in a bunch of things. He made
Okay.
a few movies called The Trip, where he and his friend go around the countryside and like. I'll explain to you later. 24-Hour Party People. You should see that movie. That's very good.
All right.
So, this film is about a professor who, in 1857,
Oh, Jesus.
already out.
I'm done. I'm going to eat
Listen to
all
this description.
Okay.
Began compiling the Oxford English Dictionary and led the overseeing committee. And W.C. Minor, a doctor who submitted over 10,000 entries while he was undergoing treatment at Broadmoor Criminal Lunatic Asylum. I was watching this trailer, and it looked like this is a spoof. This is a joke, and they just got 2 huge actors to be in the spoof.
Right.
They're not really making a movie about guys who made the fucking dictionary, right?
Right? All words are made up.
And they're trying to make it dramatic. And I know the guy is like a fucking criminal, and he's in the loony bin. But you need to go see the trailer.
Okay.
You will be like, how is this a fucking movie?
Well, I like that it has a very diverse cast, so I might watch this.
Yeah. A lot of white guys.
A lot of white guys.
Thank you very much for listening to our show.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, boy. I was kind of I was trying to get through the end of the show so you wouldn't ask me that question.
Right. Yeah.
20 years ago, 100%. Now, I don't think so.
No. In fact, I don't know how many people in that last movie I'd want to hang out with.
You mean Sean Penn as well?
Nope.
Well, he's a bit volatile. I'd hang out with Steve Coogan. He's funny as fuck.
Which one is Steve Coogan?
You would know. I think you would know. He was just in a movie, the Stan and Ollie movie. Nobody probably saw that movie. about the comedy duo.
Let me look him up.
Look up Steve Coogan.
All right, let's do this real quick.
And
Then
Stephen
we'll end
Delane.
the show.
Stephen Delane's always good. He's been in a million things. He was in Spy Game.
Oh,
he was in
black guy?
No,
Okay, very diverse
white
cast.
guy.
How do you spell Coogan?
Coogan. Gan.
Oh, that guy.
He's just been around. Like you would have seen him in kind of different things here and there. He had a bit part in Hot Fuzz with
Right.
He's been in a million things.
Yeah.
The funniest
He's
thing he
enjoyable.
ever did was he was this character. He had this show called Alan Partridge, and it was fucking
I saw that up here.
hilarious. Oh my God, it's so goddamn funny. He is just awful.
I like it. I don't.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening to our show. Find us at reasonstheresilver.com. Go to don'tgotopless.store and buy some of our gear. Still get that DAP Pod gear. Still out there.
Hell yeah.
And you can still get that My Nasty Mouth shirt. What's it? What's the name of his podcast? Podcast hasn't launched. What the fuck, Casey? Where's your Nasty Mouth podcast? Still waiting on that. I won't tell you what the logo is. I don't want to ruin it.
Man.
My Nasty Mouth. Also, go check out Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks. A lot of exciting things going on over there.
Wow. Brutal. Feed's
Definitely-
still up. You can go listen to some old shows.
That's true. There's a lot out there. You guys
Go
have
listen to
recorded a lot.
episode 1. We talk about going to see The Need for Speed.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Definitely go check out Halos and Heathens vlog on YouTube. And
Please do.
as Neil mentioned, Friday, April 26th at 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be on there with Neil and Annalise talking about...
Pod fade and pod retirement.
There you go. Tweet at us at ReasonsAre and at AngelsFreak7. You can email us at reasonsorseveral@gmail.com. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.